Today I have the privilege of interviewing Jack Schurmann on his enlistment papers shown as John Henry Schurmann. Date of birth 12th of October 1918, but I'm told it was in fact 1919. And he was born in Collie, and he enlisted into the AIF on the 23rd of July 1940. Jack, thank you very much for being prepared to give me the opportunity of interviewing you today. And maybe we could start. Do you remember your enlistment into the 2nd 4th Machine Gunners?
Yes, I remember.
Where did that take place?
At the... oh, I can't remember the name of it. Outside of Perth. It was
Karrakata?
no, it wasn't Karrakata.
Oh, it says Claremont.
Claremont.
Here, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Claremont.
And you did training at Northam?
Yes.
Would that have been the first time that you had contact with Captain Claude Anderson, the Regimental Medical Officer?
Yes.
And then you moved on to Woodside in South Australia.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about Woodside?
I was cold and wet.
Cold and wet,
Yeah.
yeah. And how many weeks, roughly, how many weeks were you there?
I think 2 or 3 months.
Yes.
That'll be 8 to 12. I don't know just which number.
And then you moved to Darwin.
Yes.
How'd you go up there?
Well, quite a good change for weather.
Yes.
It was very good up there.
Yes.
And I was out back a bit. I went exploring wherever I could, and actually I had a good time there.
Yeah. And when did you know that the war was building up, the potential for war in Southeast Asia? Was there anything that caused you concern at that time?
Oh yes, I was in it because the war was going, and it was the war in Europe.
Yes.
But I wanted to be able to help protect Australia, and when the time came to go up to Thailand, I was quite ready to go.
Yes. So
meet the Japs on the ground other than Australia.
yes, on foreign territory. Yeah. So you recall the trip in, was it the Morella that you went across to Port Moresby on?
Yes, it was Morella.
And then you took the Aquitania down the east coast of Australia.
Right around Sydney,
Yeah.
around to WA, which is my own port there.
Okay, so what happened when you arrived in Gage Roads? I understand that there was no leave granted to your unit, is that correct?
That's correct. So quite a few of the boys went over the side, and most of them got back eventually, and copped a couple of pounds damage in the pay books.
Yes.
And I was placed on guard, and I could see my sister's house from where I was on guard on Gage Roads.
Yes.
And I had to stay there.
Yes. Yeah.
And I had to stay there for an additional day because I threatened that I'd go ashore.
Yes.
As soon as I was released.
So who stopped you from going? Which one of the officers?
I can't remember.
Daphne suggested it might have been Archie Thomas, was it?
It was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it's handy having her there. Yeah. Okay, and then you went up to, in the Aquitania, you went up towards Singapore, but you actually, the Aquitania didn't take you into port, did it?
No.
No.
No, we embarked across to smaller ships.
Yes.
And we went in a smaller ship into Singapore.
So you arrived there on the 24th of January 1942.
That was right.
And the Japs, well, the causeway is blown on the 31st of August 1942.
Quite a welcome.
And you were in A Company, were you? Alpha Company?
A Company, yes.
Where was Alpha Company deployed?
We went into camp a few days there, and then war was declared, or I mean the war broke out.
Yes.
And I'm not sure, can you give me a little read on that one?
No, I don't know. Who was your commanding officer commanding the A Company?
Captain Thomas.
Oh, I actually was as a captain, yes. No, I don't know, but you were on, when the Japs were invading, you were on the northern shoreline of Singapore Island,
Yes.
on the northwest sector.
I think so, yes,
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the northwest there.
Okay, did you actually remember the assault by the Japanese?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I took part in
Yes.
it. Yeah.
And then gradually the elements were withdrawn back towards Singapore City over a number of days.
In the meantime, I was out of the action. I was wounded.
Now tell me about that.
It was on Thursday, I remember,
Yes.
quite well. And it was quite a dark night, and we attacked the Japanese in their trenches,
Yes.
and we ran up on them, and we went in with fixed bayonets, and I was wounded at the Japanese trench with a
Shotgun, was it?
shotgun, I
Yeah.
think, yes,
And where was your wound?
in the right thigh.
Yeah, yeah. Not a nice spot.
Not nice.
No. So you were then evacuated back to some sort of medical facility somewhere,
Yes,
were you?
yeah.
Did you actually go through your battalion aid post where Claude was, or did you?
No.
Another way, yeah.
The position was very upset then. We
Yeah.
didn't know where he was.
A bit of a shambles.
Yes.
Yeah. So, do you remember what major medical facility did they take you back to? Do you know what it was at all? Do you know was it an Aussie unit?
I know that I ended up in hospital.
Yes.
4th AGH, 30th AGH?
Will it be 10th or 13th AGH?
13th AGH.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, so that was a little bit beyond Singapore City.
Yeah.
And that's where you were when capitulation took place.
That time was very hazy in my memory.
You don't sort of, do you have any impression of suddenly there being silence, that the guns stopped and
Oh yes, I thought it was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. On a Sunday night, and
Yes.
there were no guns going.
Not at all.
No.
And when did the first time that you knew that the Allies had surrendered?
I think it was pretty well straight away.
Yeah, yeah. Now, how long were you in hospital there?
I think about 6 weeks altogether.
So did you in fact ever get evacuated to a place called Roberts Barracks Hospital?
No, I don't remember that.
No. You might have already been in there. Do you remember any of the doctors? You know, was anyone like Bruce Hunt there, or?
No, I don't remember.
No.
I think I was knocked out, and I wasn't very coherent for a few days. I think.
Yeah. Okay, so you eventually made a recovery. Was it a good recovery?
Oh yes, quite a good one. I started slowly on the way back.
Did they have to do surgery or anything like that?
They
No,
didn't.
just
They left I'm carrying them still, those bullets
pellets.
that penetrated
Really.
and gone up around. That's why I was knocked out for a while.
Yes.